crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
The penetrator. Ah, come on, look, because I always went the farthest into the target, goddammit. Libya, Tunisia, Lebanon, it was me, pal. I was always first in, last out.
This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open.
Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Disaster and destruction, a Dega outlaw! The Lady Arwen Avalon! Andrew 46 and 2! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Persia! The man, the myth, the legend, Chris Pitt! Greetings, program! The Daryl the Derelict! Classic Comics! Valhalla! Mr. Buttcrack Media! The Clown Prince of Crime! DJ Ronnie G! Don't you know a rumble ain't a rumble without me, Eric O'Sullivan! John Eastep! Shockwave and Gun Money! Larry! Project 49! Stop loading!
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Oh my God, Pops is doing some ASMR this morning. Why are you doing ASMR this morning? Holy crap. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. It is Thursday. We are almost to Friday. The week is almost done. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some changes to the algorithm. This morning, we are going to talk about some crazy shit that YouTube is doing. So you have no idea. A lot of this is going on until they drop the bomb on you. And this is going to impact gamers more than anything. People who game on YouTube, they are going after violent content. They are going after dismemberment. And I couldn't believe it when I saw this. Death. They don't say violent death. They don't say gory death. It's not like they're death. So I'm sitting there last night going, so if I die in a Mario game, if I fall down a dark hole, that's a death. You lost a life. But does that mean that my video is going to get demonetized? Are you serious? There is no explanation. There is no, even in Fortnite technically has death. and it doesn't say violent death. It just says death. So dismemberment, violence, death, they can get you for anything. They are changing. They are changing how all of this works. It's not just the language. Language. I can hear Pops already. Language, Loki. Language. Pops is the Captain America. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. Language. No.
I don't roll quite to that extreme. He does it out of respect. He knows that he understands where I'm coming from. I don't go around with a hammer. No, I don't do that. No, you and I've talked about this. I did expect the sort of move towards self-regulation, towards FCC rules, because obviously YouTube clearly wants to become more like a network television type outlet. And I think that they have to adhere to those rules to keep the advertising money rolling in. But the rest of this stuff that you were telling me about, I couldn't even find all of the detail. I couldn't even get like the actual language to parse it all out. It's just, it's so frustrating.
And that's the problem. Let me get this super chat really quick. Joker Boys, good morning, Joker, with $5 super chat says, hail my brother in chaos. So much fun last night. Thank you for having me on. For the record, still not preggers. Hashtag keep talking. Yes, Joker is not pregnant. He already had the mud baby, so he's not pregnant anymore. Thank you so much, Joker, for that $5 super chat. And we're going to send out the dragon. I am working on some new skulls, so eventually I'm going to have a new dragon skull. Might have something to do with Dracarys, but we're going to play this one. Skull! Okay, so it's not clear, and this has been the problem forever. Anybody that has done videos in YouTube, anyone who's done networking with other people in YouTube, you all know this. YouTube isn't clear about their rules. It might say, well, you got to watch your language. These words aren't acceptable, yada, yada, yada. But it's not clear. Can you drop one F-bomb? Can you drop two F-bombs? Obviously, multiple F-bombs is going to get you demonetized. But now it's even worse because now you have a whole other slew of different words that you're not going to be able to say. The same things are going to apply to video games now. You have no idea. According to their terminology, a death is a death. So if you die in a game, that's considered a death, and that is what? Not safe for work? That's NSF content? Okay, I can get the dismemberment, the violent dismemberment and shit. Like, I mean, you start playing some Mortal Kombat stuff, I get it. They don't want kids to watch it, whatever. But they're not clear about what exactly they're going to demonetize you, and they can even, yes, this is true, put you at adult content, 18 only. And you want to know what's the quickest way to kill a channel? Putting you at 18 adult only, where no one can find your content.
Yeah, they already don't make it easy, even when you're subscribed to a channel, to get the content that you want. So the idea that you're going to have more filters and more layers of that, I can see that coming, though. Don't you think that a rating, that you would have to put a rating or a warning on a video or something like that? Possibly. I don't know. I think they don't know what to do. They're just morons, right? So think about network TV and what they do and how they put warnings and disclaimers and all that nonsense on there. Trigger warnings are on things now. I could see them implementing that as well, just to make it that more difficult for anyone to create their own content. They really could care less about us. They literally are moving again towards a way to get, network type content.
Arwen Avalon says first mud babies, now death in video games. It's freaking clown world. Saigoto of 9 with $5 super chat. You Scrooge has lost the plot of what allowed them to replace cable. They're going to woke themselves out of existence. There are people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars on this platform every year. If YouTube starts demonetizing every video and doing this retroactively, Pops and I were talking about this earlier. As soon as these rules change, they retroactively go after everything. So you might have something in the background that you've had that gets 1,000 views a month. Believe it or not, I have a video like that. It gets about 1,000 views every single month, and has for the last 3 years, 2.5 years. Whenever I put it up, okay, it is the most watched. Yada yada, blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't even know why. Why are you hot? What made you hot? You don't even have a tag, and it's not even tagged. It's not even a tagged video. Why are you hot?
Algorithm likes it. It's just,
algorithm likes it.
It's made its way to it navigated the stream for the algorithm to like it. It just is there when there's certain searches and things like that. It pops up, and I was telling you behind the scenes, this is exactly what hit us very directly with YouTube and Google AdSense, was retroactive rules affecting things from the past that were successful. So you would see things. This is how you would build your business, right? You're stacking different layers and different things that you can kind of count on. And I've told this story before, but we had a review that was done by none of us. It was, one of the friends' wives went to a Twilight movie, did her review of it. That was this video that for 3 years was still getting traffic. And then one day it was 0. Then it was 80. And then it was 50. It's 100. It's like it never went back to where it was. And you could see these levers changing in the algorithm in the system. This is exactly what we're going to see with YouTube. You may have some retroactive rule that now, let's say you've been doing Call of Duty. Let's say you have 2 years of content of Call of Duty content on your channel as a gaming channel, and all of tomorrow it's all turned off. Maybe that's what sucks about all this. We don't even know what's going to happen. It's just so frustrating.
No, and it's intentionally vague rules. What Larry says right here, these are intentionally vague rules. So they can do whatever they want to, and they can justify it, and they're not undoing it. There are people that are like, I don't even cuss. And here's another thing. It's another thing I heard about last night. Okay, so there's the auto generating closed captions, right? So you got auto generating closed captions. If those closed captions screw up, which they often do, and something it's like word salad, blah, 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 you can get demonetized for that. And when you fight it, you're told no, because it says it right here in your closed caption. So something happens and the closed caption doesn't realize what it's doing, and that can get your channel completely killed if you were a kids only channel. If you were a kids only channel and you produce kid content like Pokemon cards or whatever, and that's all you do, and that the auto closed caption screws up, guess what? It's on you. They don't care. They will shut you down. And they don't give a shit about it.
Chris Persia, they ever hit pause. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Arwen Avalon, the YouTube generated closed captions are a joke. Sometimes I put them on just to see how bad they are.
Yeah, they are laughable bad.
Imagine that getting your channel demonetized and you just lose everything you've been working on. You lose everything you've been working on. I can understand doing a family friendly channel, and I'm not talking about kid content. What you do is the closest I think I've ever been on a show where it's like, okay, let's try and keep this down or try and keep the cussing down. And that's his call. I like hanging out with him and Ironcaster. It's my choice. If I didn't want to, I wouldn't, but I like hanging out with him and Ironcaster. I like doing the Tuesday Talk Hard. Hell, I came up with the name when me and Pops were sitting there. We were talking about Happy Harry Hard-On. We were talking about, and
we both realized how much we love Pump Up the Volume. It's like oh, wait a minute, you were inspired by this as well. Yes, I was. It was like, oh wow, this would be a perfect way to describe our perspective on things. And the people that have watched my videos and Talk Hard in particular, it's like I don't like censor you exactly. It's just more like, listen, I think there can be a place for a PG-13 approach, but even these rules may be so vague. Does that mean that I even have some videos where a few things are out there and those get maybe? And The hard part is, Loki, is we almost have to rely on channels that are way bigger than us who get people at YouTube to go and find out what's actually going on to give us answers. That's usually what happens. It takes like weeks, but something will eventually bubble to the top. So,
well, when they don't even know what's going on, so I have a contact at YouTube. I had an issue about a year ago, and I called and talked to this person, and this person gave me their extension. They're still there. I've got a contact. I have a contact at YouTube. This person had to get back with me because they didn't know any of this was going on. And then they get back to me and they're, look, this is what's going on. This is what's changed. And it was me calling them back going, hey, have you heard anything about what is happening? Yes, I've heard that this is going on. And I'm like, God, how do you not get the memo? They just don't care. It's not important. It's absolutely not important to them to update everybody and let everybody know, hey, this has changed. The rules have changed. We are changing the way we are going to look at videos and monetization. That's huge. That is huge news. But we don't know it. And they haven't changed what's on the website. They've, like Pop said, I looked it up and they still got shit from 2020 there. They're still talking about Ukraine.
Yeah, I couldn't get to the specifics of 2023's changes that are effective like right now through the next 90 days. And I don't know, man. You feel like you're in the same, like, everybody's talking about like the Twitter documents. You're in that same situation with YouTube. There's some elite group of 3 or 4 people that are making decisions, and it doesn't even flow down to the staff. And it will take weeks, if not months, to get to them unless certain people go and make them go figure it out. That's what's going to happen.
No, you're absolutely right. Shockwave, who's been a member for 1 year, 13 months, and is a warrior of Midgar, says, new rules. I say, let's get ready to rumble. Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Get to mute the mic when you fart, demonetized. Yes.
Maybe.
Chris Fisk. No, Chris Fisk. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Demonetized. An awesome one is a very good point. YouTube has billions of users. They don't care if they lose millions of users. They just don't give a shit.
Well, they also know that if they can get compliance from certain people, other people will follow suit, right? You can just keep tweaking the machinery and you won't have people who will just say, no, I'm going to do my own thing. Whatever that costs me, it costs me. You know what I mean? And, there is a sweet spot. Like you talked about it before, right? You don't even bother trying to monetize your live stream. You just rely on everyone else's members and super chats. That's what keeps your channel alive. There's a place for that. Like I've done live streams that I didn't monetize. Like, okay, I'm not even going to bother with it because I don't even want to deal with the copyright issue. All this stuff. They're going to still flag it. I'm just going to do my thing, and then I'll deal with whatever the aftermath is and the consequence of it. You just sort of write it off. They're looking at this as just control. If they can just figure out how to tweak things. Like right now, the confusion of the profanity thing is I've heard 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10, 15, 30, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I've heard no one knows. It's just some random thing. Yeah.
15 to 18 seconds, 8 Maybe. To 15. It's absolutely nuts. And Cardinal Sin, who's been a member for 1 year, 18 months, so a year and a half, is a warrior of Asgard, says, hail Stone Loki, hail Valhalla, hail Asgard, hail to you, Cardinal Sin. Yeah, hopefully this helps some content creators out this morning, what we are talking about. Hopefully you get shit. It's sad when a channel that has 2,100 subscribers has more information for you about what is going on at YouTube than YouTube is willing to give you. I love this place for the opportunity that it has given me. I love Broadcast Yourself, but this isn't Broadcast Yourself. And you mentioned the new football, the football and cable is coming to YouTube, and more and more and more. This is what they want. They don't want you on YouTube, spreading your ideas, spreading your ideology, using your voice. They don't want any of that. They want cable television is what they want. That's what they want. And the rules are so vague. We have absolutely no damn idea what the hell is going on. It's just vague. Cardinal Sin with a $9.99 super sticker. That's a pair, and says thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so very much for keeping the fires of Valhalla burning bright. This channel could not exist without you guys, without you members, without the support that people show, not just monetarily, but by you being here, talking in chat, discussing this. Thank you guys so very much. Mockety Draws with the $20 super chat. I feel lucky that I even got monetized before this all came to pass. YouTube knows that if they're transparent about rules, we will know how to work under those rules and get away with it like the big media channels. They just want to be able to do whatever they want and get rid of you for whatever reason. If they're intentionally vague, they can get away with whatever they want. I'm glad I finally got monetized before these new draconian rules came down. Cardinal Sin with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you, Cardinal Sin. Thank you, Mockany Draws, for your super chats. You guys keep the fires of Valhalla burning bright. And this one is just for you guys. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
I just can't believe that death is on there, and it's just death. You can die in a video game in a multitude of ways. You can run out of time. You can get blasted. There might not even be a blood on the screen. You might fall into a deep dark hole and it doesn't show anything, but that's death. So technically, they can demonetize your content for anything under that label.
Yeah, they're going to have to create some sort of clarification of, a mature video game versus like, a rated, E for everyone video game or something like that. I kind of wanted to go back to Cardinal Sin's comment, though, because him being monetized ahead of the rules, the benefit to that is when you start seeing your lights, the greens and yellows and stuff happening, you can at least understand with your own personal content and approach what's impacted and what's not impacted. When you're not, and you just hear these things at a higher level, it's sometimes hard to know what you should be differently. It might keep you from being monetized, or it might slow the process where now you have created like a backlog of problems that you'll eventually have to deal with. So, having gone through that, like I told you before, retroactively, I do agree with what Cardinal said. At least when you are monetized, you can at least see when these things are happening. That's why I said if these things are effective and implemented, then we will hear from big channels right away, because it is their livelihood. Like, you have people who are just, they have like staff, like massive numbers of people relying on certain money to come in. And if they're losing, you have whole streams. I mean, like FNT could probably barely get monetized as it is. So imagine that those folks will be able to start telling us about certain things that work and don't work.
I'm going to show you guys something. So this is the monetization.
You don't even turn them on. Yeah,
I don't even turn them on. This is just live streams.
Yeah.
But with the live streams, I haven't had a live stream that has got monetization on in the last year, since beginning of last year, maybe even before that. I just stopped. And the reason why I stopped was every single morning I was fighting it. They'd yellow that icon and limit ads in the first minute of a show, which means they had it auto set up to limit ads as soon as I went live. Because the intro, there's no cussing in the intro. There's no BS in the intro.
Correct.
There's no crazy crap in the intro. It's just an intro. That's all it is. So we're back in, let's see. This is when I stopped. So you can
in
see
May. It was like May last year. But see,
So
you could
May
turn
of
on
last year.
some, but you could turn one on. Let's say you turned on yesterday's show and you could see what their response will be, But the problem again is they're not interested in telling you details.
No.
So at least with a copyright claim, you at least get the little option to find out what they're talking about, and you can trim things out. You can mute them, whatever you want to do. But with something like this, the monetization stuff's different because it'll just be some arbitrary thing. You don't know why. And until they give you information to go on, this is what makes this even more frustrating. You could just be creating content that, yeah, I don't know.
Mocking Draws says, Loki, here's the weird part. I was drawing a Pokemon character as an adult, not sexualized. Every single time I drew her, even for members, I would get the yellow. For whatever reason, they've got it auto set up like that. They've got, I don't know why. Cardinal Sim with $4.99 super chat. He's actually got 2, ladies and gentlemen. He said, Hail Pops. Good morning, all Valhalla.
Hail to you, my brother. Hail
Cardinal
to you.
Sin. Cardinal Sin's got a great channel, guys. If you haven't checked it out,
does.
hop over there, check it out. He says, thank you, Loki, for giving us the benefit of your YouTube experience. I try and give you guys whatever I got, how I see it. But this isn't just how I see it. This isn't just my opinion on something. This is what they are doing. When they put down just death, it's separated. It's not violent death. It's not gory death. It's not, and when it's just death, there are a billion ways you can die in a video game. This is not clarified, which means they can do this however they want to. They can absolutely take down your streams, your lives, your videos because of a death in a video game. It doesn't have to be you. It could be something else. Are you telling me that jumping on King Koopa in Mario Brothers is going to get your stream banned because he dies and falls into the fire? That's the most bullshit crap I've ever heard of. That's like Wile E. Coyote getting demonetized for putting up a video of Wile E. Coyote falling and the poof.
Oh man, I didn't even think about Wile E. Coyote. That's a great example. Well, even just the concept of mature video games, like so many of them just have enough violent and death and dismay that are they just going to be basically just forced off? Like you just wouldn't be able to function on YouTube. You just can't get your content through if you want to do those games. It doesn't make sense. It's just, I don't know. It is a weird thing to have thrown into the mix and kind of have this hanging over everybody's heads. There's Steven waiting for him to know. Yeah. It's not just auto limited. Yeah. 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 Those pennies, they want to keep even more of their pennies that they kind of throw our way from time to time.
It's not just auto limited, Loki. You could have people reporting it. Could you not? Yes, you could have people reporting it. That is very true. So you could have people use it as a weapon. See, this is one of the things. This is one of the things you got to watch for on YouTube. People will purposefully try and get your channel taken down. They will purposely try and get your content taken down. I seem to remember something happening, and I'm not sure what it was with Steven. I'm not exactly sure. I just remember it was something to do with the thumbnail. He had a game stream taken down because of the thumbnail. So that could have been the algorithm. It could have been someone reporting your video. It could have come from anywhere. You don't know. Until you get that little mark and they're like, hey, we shut you down. This is why. You still have no idea if that was YouTube or if that was something else. Final Fantasy Remake thumbnail had too much cleavage. Damn. Was that reported? Does it tell you? Okay, tell me that, because I've never had a video taken down because of the thumbnail. Was that reported, or was that something YouTube caught? So I know that they do the naked chicks running around. That's gonna go too. It takes it down, emails you, and lets you replace it, either or. But did it tell you it was reported? Like, did YouTube catch it, or did someone make a complaint? That's what I'm wondering. I've never had anything like that happen as far as like a thumbnail goes, so I have no idea if it's like, did someone say something, or was that YouTube just going, nah, not gonna let it happen? Wait till they start striking streamers that have natural cleavage. I don't think they're gonna do that. See, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that they know that yeah. I think they know that that's not gonna happen. Oh, telling us stuff. Okay, so yeah, obviously he has no idea whether that was something that someone reported. They're not going to tell you. So people can use it as a weapon because they're not going to get told on. It's not like YouTube's going to pull you into the principal's office and go, well, you're in trouble, and it's because this person said something about you. They should at least include the name of whoever made the complaint. But I guess they don't want, people going after other people, whatever. Adega Outlaw with $4.99 super chat. The death thing is about Second Amendment and self-defense channels. 6. So sorry for not responding to everyone. Oh, you're absolutely cool, Adega. And guys, we're not going to have a Thursday night show. Adega's been down the past week, so we are going to unfortunately not have a Thursday show. We will be back next week, and you will get more tales from the Brothers Grimm out of Loki. I've got a giant book here. God knows how many weeks we're going to go. But those stories are not copyrighted. So I can sit here and talk about them all week. They're old enough to you miss copyright. Thank you so much for that super chat. Adega Outlaw. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. This one's just for you, brother. I hope you get well soon.
Feel better,
Go!
Long live the fighters!
So what can you do? What do you do, Pop? Tell me what you do. What would you do in this position?
Like I would wait for. So let's take someone like Fat Steven, who's going to have the content that we think would be a good sample to see what'll happen. Is for him to really analyze when the lights go from green to yellow to whatever, right? And for you, let's say you have streams that you have not monetized, is turn a few on and then start seeing when they get turned off or how they get responded to, and then just push in the review, reaching out to your contacts. You just kind of have to figure out how to navigate. This is a part of that business side, right? Monetization falls under the business aspect of what we do. And you kind of have to make sure you navigate through the problem solving of what's going on and how to fix it. It would be like if we had a brick and mortar version of this and the county just implemented some ambiguous new policy, you would have to wait till you got a notice. You'd have to wait until you got something that told you what this means if they're not going to answer your calls. Like if you're trying to find out what to do so you don't break the rules. So those are the kind of things that you kind of have to navigate through. Personally, it is the kind of thing where I'm telling you folks is just prepare for the worst, because it is sort of like an emotionally devastating process because you're wasting a whole bunch of time and energy on stuff that's not what you want to do. That's the worst part of it. When I was going through demonetization and losing a channel, basically, it was just so disheartening because you have all this work, all this effort. And to this day, I checked on that channel recently, like 6 months ago, I think. And now they've changed all the wording of the flags. It's all reuse content now. So now it's like a clip that we played, or it's, I think they're flagging, I got to be honest, look, I think they're even flagging us for clips from our own show as reuse content. I know that sounds absurd, but I really do think that's what they're doing on that channel. And I don't even want to deal with it. And I think that's the hardest thing for certain creators. And this is what Ryan has said. Ryan has said this better than anyone about, like, they have no problem with trying to make this hard on you that you'll quit, making this hard on you, because then they end up with just the free content. They don't care. They don't mind keeping you demonetized forever and making it hard for you to get to 1,000. And then when you get there, to only give you pennies and not getting your stuff. So I don't know, man. It's again, it's part of what we do. There's always something that's going to change. And like you said before, we have to, you have backup plans like Odyssey and Rumble. I myself need to do a little better job of trying to get connected to some of that, try to figure out how to navigate that and enjoying content on those channels more instead of just relying on YouTube. So, yeah, I know, Steven, it's freaking nuts.
And Arwen says, what, from your own streams?
It has to be. It has to be. There's no other explanation, because it's like, so I had an interview with like an individual. It's an exclusive interview. There's no other content. Like, what am I doing? So it's one of two things. They're either flagging me clipping it from my own stream, or someone out there in the interwebs has stolen it and they're claiming they own it and we don't. But I can't figure out who that person is. That's it. Those are the only two things that there are. So, yeah. And when you do a radio show, which is what I was doing, or this content was out there, and you have to understand, we're talking about, we've deleted hundreds of videos, hundreds of shows. It's like a needle in a haystack. At least if you're monetized, you can see the bells turning colors and things like that. It's like the copyright claim. You can at least start to learn what to do. Because I've told people, I said, look, if I have a claim and it's showing me what to do, I don't play nice with it. I'll try to figure out, did I actually break the rule or not? Can I trim it? Can I do this? Can I do that? So, yeah. It's
Ryan Roger Athey says YouTube betrays the very people that made the site what it is. Broadcast yourself. I've said that over and over and over again. The motto of YouTube was broadcast yourself. That's why it is better to hang together than to be hanged separately. If one of us goes down, it's an immediate. We immediately know why.
Say that, Ryan. Ryan won't be able to say that any longer. All of his videos will be flagged for saying that. Yeah.
For saying that's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And I don't know how it's not already a full-blown rebellion when people are getting their videos demonetized that have had them up for years, that have no copyright issues. It's just YouTube doing this mass flag where they're going back and taking out people's content, and they don't have to pay anymore. That's the thing, guys. This is money in the bank. It's what I call a long-term deposit video. I've made this video and I put it up, and it's a long-term deposit. Why? Because I expect this video over the course of time to get a lot of viewers. It might not get it right away. It might not be a huge hit right off the bat, but it's got these terms in it, and it's about this idea. And when the things get hot, they show up for whatever reason. Okay, I had 200 and something views on a damn short for a Elvis Presley record, right? 200 views. What happens? Christmas rolls around. Suddenly I'm getting like 1,000 views a day on this damn record. Why? It's a Christmas album. It's an Elvis Presley Christmas album. It's that simple.
Yep.
It's a long-term deposit video. I expect every Christmas I'm probably going to get a couple thousand views on this video because it's hot during Christmas. It's hot when this comes up. Oh, Lord of the Rings video. Guess what? Lord of the Rings starts getting hot. Things start heating up. People start watching Lord of the Rings lore videos. So
yeah,
those are long-term deposits.
I just recorded a video of the Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. I hadn't done one. Had rewatched it. Let's do a video. Why? Because Flashpoint will be a topic over the course of this year, right? So it's going to be a topic not only of the movie, but also the fact that there's a Flashpoint beyond, that kind of thing. So, hey, thanks, Dean. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I love that movie. I'm shocked. I don't know if did I tell you, Loki, how much I love that movie? I was shocked at how freaking good this movie was. Yep. Oh my gosh, it was great.
It's on my to-do list. I've got it saved and marked, earmarked, so that when I open up my thing, that's the first thing that pops up is the menu. So I will check that out.
It looked like a foodie artsy thing and just didn't make sense to me. And then I watched it. I'm like, it is not what I thought. It was freaking great.
That Steven says shorts don't hit right away. Sometimes day later, they are a landmine.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. That's why I do the cards, because it's just random Marvel, DC type cards and just hitting keywords and things like that. And Steven did ask me, by the way, and thanks to you again, by the way, for the Watch Your Story video. They drop on Sunday mornings at 9. The first one you did was dropped on the 1st. This week is Saggy Melon. Steven, you're the week after that, so yours drops on the 15th. I pre-record them, and basically it's kind of like this. It's kind of like us having conversations about things, hopefully being helpful to other people, sharing stories and things like that. And that's why, and this is part of the reason I think that I enjoy doing your show like this. We can talk about stuff that's going on. So
yeah, and shit, and for anybody out there that's wanting to do this, I mean, look at what Psychodorf 9 says. You're not giving me hope of doing YouTube. If I do, it'll be Rumble or something. Okay, so every single morning I go live. This goes to Rumble and this goes to Odyssey at the same time. So this is being rebroadcasted on Rumble and on Odyssey. The digital radio shit that I got offered The guy didn't even see it on YouTube first. He saw it on Odyssey. So he saw something on Odyssey, saw it, came to YouTube, looked at everything, and was like, and then they reached out and made the offer. And I did turn it down, but they didn't even find it here. So always multi-stream. Get it out there as many places as you can. If you can set it up to automatically do that, do that. All it does, all Odyssey and Rumble does is take the stream from YouTube and rebroadcast it there. That's it.
I'm shocked there is not a money person that's going to do, the Fellowship Radio Network and basically just have certain shows, compartmentalize them by certain types of categories, and just you can duplicate your content. Like there's no censor, there's no FCC. It's all internet based. It's all independent of YouTube and whatever. You're allowed to have your own sponsors or whatever. That the revenue sharing would be challenging depending on how they would make their money off of that. But it seems like almost like a no brainer that something's like that coming. So we'll see. So look at Ryan pulling in the money on the he's banking on Rumble now. Good job, buddy. I'm very happy.
And I've got every penny. I know I've got like crypto through Odyssey. I have no idea how that works. If someone knows how that shit works, because I've got a stack of crypto on there. I just have no idea how to use it, how to withdraw it, how to cash in. I don't know what any of that shit is worth. How I might have a little gold mine sitting there and I have no idea. So library credits sound dumb.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree.
Dean Krantz, I can explain. Dude, send me an email, stone_loki@hotmail.com, or hell, DM me on Twitter. I have no idea how any of that shit works. So
yeah, the whole Rumble and Odyssey part, I'm still way behind the curve on. Just something else just to learn and new, and then it becomes like a time management issue and things like that. So, how do you want to approach your business model going forward, though, with this kind of hanging over your head? Like, how do you look at it from the standpoint of like your members and things like that?
As far as this channel goes, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it the way I've been doing it. We've done really good here over the past couple of years, and we have a dedicated audience that is here Monday through Friday. You guys keep this show going. You do. You are the reason why we are still in business, is because of each and every one of you. And I appreciate you every single day. You are never going to get a shitty comment from me about this audience ever. I will never say, oh, well, this channel's dying because I'm not getting 1,000 subscribers a month. That's all horseshit. Don't let people like say stupid shit like that. And oh my God, we've got to all rally. We've got to all rally and send out transcripts for more members because Loki thinks the channel's dying, blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit. It's all people trying to take advantage of you. Don't ever fall for that shit. Cardinal Sim with a $9.99 super chat, who says, Pops is right. I had to delete excerpts from my live streams in order to comply with YouTube guidelines regarding repetitious content to get monetized. Sometimes it can come down to music too. I know that every once in a while I go to change something, try something a little different. Every once in a while, Loki tries something a little different. I try to change the music up. I change the video up all the time. So I do that at least once or twice a month, change the intros up. But I tried to change the music up the other day, immediately got flagged. I'm like, bitch, I've got copyright. I've got the copyright. So I've got copyright access to that. I can play it on the channel. I'm still going to have to fight it. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to fight it this one time, but I'm not going to keep using it because I'm going to have to fight it every single time.
That's exactly what I do too. Yep. Or I gotta be honest, I have bit the bullet on a few times, depending on what it is or where it is in the video, where I'll just mute it this one time and then just move on. Like if it's just like a few seconds or whatever, and they've changed the rules, because all the music stuff changed too recently. So I had clips and things that I had been using. Now they're all being flagged. So I'm like, they're just out of the use now. I'm not going to completely derail what I was doing. If it's a copyright claim on the video, usually, guys, you've just gone over on time. Like let's say it's 11 seconds, figure out where if you're not talking over it or something like that, get it down to 9, get it down to 7. You'll find the sweet spot where it'll go through. That's what happened with Wakanda Forever. They just kept trying to flag it and flag it and flag it and flag it. And then eventually Disney just stopped answering. That's why it sat idle for like a month. So yeah, this great almost 3 hour stream I did with Joker Voice has been sitting there like blocked for a month because of that. So
Steven says that's why I pay for Epidemic Sound monthly license. I have the license to use the music, Steven. I'm just not going to fight with them because I had to do that with another song that they went back and retroactively came after me for. And I'm like, no, you do not own this piece of music. This is where I got it. Here is my license. And they're like, yeah, we don't accept that because it's not ours. So you didn't go through us. I'm like, well, I went through here and this is how I have the license. And I had to fight them, and I had to fight them through YouTube. And eventually the bullshit stopped because it wasn't that company. It was someone pretending to be a company.
Let me ask about my conspiracy theory. I think what should we do a skull for Cardinal Sins 99?
We're gonna do a skull for a skull for that. Give me 1 second, because I don't think give me just a second. There we go. Mr. Butt Crack Media gifted 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships.
Awesome.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Butt Crack Media, for gifting 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. You guys brother, you're kicking ass, taking names. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you, Cardinal Sin, for your $9.99 super chat where he says, Pops is right. I had to delete excerpts from my live stream in order to comply with YouTube guidelines regarding repetitious content to get monetized. Thank you both so very much for your super chat and for your gift of memberships. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. We're going to send out the Viking horde this morning. Skull! So I had a license from Invato Elements, and every week when I played my intro, for a third party claimed my intro, and I had to send my license in as an appeal to get it removed. Here's the thing. When you send that license in, if they're like, nope, we don't believe you, you have to go to the mattresses. We talked about going to the mattresses yesterday.
Yep. You
have to go to the mattresses and you have to fight, and they can take your channel down. So is it worth, see, this is the thing, and this is what I learned, because I was as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs for like a week, Cardinal Sin, because if Hawk fought it, then I'm sunk, because they will strike me immediately, and I'm off the air for 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks.
Something
So
like
no Mornings of Mischief for 2 weeks. Mike was like, well, just do it on my channel. But I don't want to. That'd be very complicated. That would be extremely complicated to do. And I love Mike for making that offer. He's my brother. I don't know anybody else who would be like, no, just come over to my channel and do it.
You come on my channel and do it, man. I'll be all right.
Pops, you can come on my channel. Shit.
Sure. You know, why not? I don't care. I mean, I trust you more than some family members with the concept of this stuff. So yeah, let's do it. Rock and roll, baby. Loki lives on.
I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to your channel either. McKinney Draws with $10 super chat says, so I've been able to slip under the crack using copyrighted music on my sketch diary vids. In the outro, I'll play a copyrighted track for 3 seconds before it cuts to a very low volume before I talk. Yeah.
It must be 3 seconds. Must be all right then. So I think we should do a Loki show on my channel, and then we'll just blip out all the profanity, and we'll just see how many words are left.
Yeah, we don't have a forklift anymore, so I can't get you into the studio, Steven. Sorry about that, buddy. No forklift. Beep, 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 beep.
So is the game changer possibly streaming to Twitter? Wouldn't that be the game changer? That's like the obvious one, is for them to figure it out, to really make it something they can monetize, memberships, figuring out music, things that you could actually do and make it actually worth your time and money and effort and energy, things like that. It's like, it seems like the perfect platform to just cut YouTube at the knees.
You got to have something else. You've got to have something else that is can at least rival it. Yeah. You saw what happened. Okay, so what's that stupid? That's why we have shorts. Twinkie, whatever the hell it is. It's not Twitter.
The TikTok stuff, right?
TikTok. Thank you. TikTok, Twinkie, whatever the fuck it is. That's why we have shorts.
About right.
They showed up and started kicking the shit immediately out of YouTube. And YouTube was like, oh my God, we got to have shorts. We got to have shorts. It's too hot. I have to wear shorts. Yeah. How about a crane truck? We could bring in a crane truck. But then we have to take the roof off the building. God
there has to be somebody who could just figure out. There has to be a way to to go against. There's no reason not to. I don't understand why there's not a platform like Twitter. So I can't see Facebook doing it. They're just as bad, if not worse, than Twitter. Than YouTube itself. So Twitter seems like the one where he's gotten all weird about what he wants to do and how he wants to handle it and things like that. So I'm not quite sure we'll see it, but yeah, man, 2023. What a way to get off the year with all these crazy stories already. And it's just not fun stuff. It's all the bluff.
I've had people ask me, why is YouTube doing this? They've got the NFL. They've got the NFL. Money. They're becoming a cable network. That's what YouTube is becoming. They've got movies you can buy. They've got movies you can rent. And now you're going to have television. They've already got news on a bunch of channels. You're not allowed to talk about news because you were uneducated swine. You were the lowest of the low, so you can't talk about news. You're uninformed. That's why you can't talk about the coof, because you are uninformed and you are not intelligent enough to be talking about such things. Only they are. You're not allowed to talk about the news. You're not allowed to talk about what they're...
Only they're pre-approved experts, right? Not the experts who may even have credentials. Those credentials don't do you good. You have MDs and experts who are kicked off as well, just because they have the wrong attitude and opinion. It's not even about being qualified. It's just, yeah. But they saw what Amazon Prime was doing with football. How do we get some of that money? And that's what they did. So. 1,000 Odyssey library coins is currently $9.45. See, I have no idea what I have on there. I've just let it go. I've let it go since I hooked it up. Someone got demonetized. And got a mortgage in there or something.
Someone got demonetized and thrown off of YouTube. And I was like, well, screw this. I'm going to make a backup plan. And I think I even did a show the last time, because I got on Rumble the last time I heard about this. I got on that. And I'd been on Odyssey since I was in Branson, I think. So it was before I moved, at least a year and a half. So it's just like, yeah, I have no idea. I've just let it go. I've just let it run. I don't even know if I can get back in that account. I'm sure I can. I'm sure there's a way to get back in. It's just like one of those like weird things. I haven't been over there since it all started. So who knows? Yeah. Who knows how many subscribers I have? Who knows how many views I have? I don't know, because I'm not keeping track of it.
Last I checked, I just wanted to make sure my content was going there properly. That's the last I checked anything at all. I have no idea if I have any coins. I just know the content was at least going there. So, yeah. No, listen, Asaj Melodi's on the right, path. It's not about your credentials, man. Trust me. One of the channels that I co-own is an infectious disease. He would have videos discussing coronavirus by name from years prior to all the stuff happening. So anything that happened prior to 2020, that stuff was instantly demonetized when they dropped their policy. What's that got to do with what was happening? What is nothing? It was just, that's the way they operate. And then so now you have to decide, how much time are you going to spend wasting fighting and disputing and doing whatever to get your nickels? It's so frustrating.
Saj Melody says, I was a Navy journalist. Hell yeah, brother. I'm quite qualified to do the news. Anyone can be Ron Burgundy with the right 70s wig. Oh,
Yeah, they are something.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, and Steven, if you could tell me what happened with your God, what was that? What was that game? Damn it. The gory one, the one that was supposed to be like Dead Space. I've got it. I just don't remember what the hell. Callisto Protocol. Okay. So I had to open up my Steam and actually look. What happened with those? Because I know they were demonetizing like crazy. They were just taking them out. You couldn't, yeah. Crap to call. Yes. What a shitty game. I was so pissed about that. I never had the jankiness. I guess it's because I got a 3090. As far as my video card goes, I've got plenty of video RAM, but they got limited. I fought during stream, full monetized during. See, that's crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy. It's just like whatever. It's a video game. Come on. It doesn't make any sense. Anything you got for us before we get out of here, Pops?
No, at Pops. Tons of stuff to pick from. Hopefully something that you can remotely entertain yourself. Today's my first at 10:15, just in a few minutes, drops my first Throwback Thursday video. We're gonna talk about a film people didn't even know existed. Look, I asked someone at work and they never even heard of The Towering Inferno. I'm like, holy crap. So I did a video review.
About The Towering Inferno?
They're just, people are young. They're not into movies. They just, whatever. And so I enjoyed rewatching it with Mrs. Pops over our break. So let's start bringing back, I'm going to do Throwback Thursdays and do a retro movie, do something maybe people haven't seen. It doesn't be super old or anything like that. I think I want to do The Accountant because I watched it because of the J.K. Simmons, which we're doing on Talk Hard on Tuesday. So yeah, Saturday morning cartoons. What's Your Story on Sunday mornings, which is Saggy Melons. Then Steven will be the week after that. And then Joker Voice the week after that. So I have some great guests who spent time with me talking about stuff, comic book stuff, all sorts of stuff. Like I reviewed the menu. What do you want from me? I'm reviewing all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah, I'm that guy.
He is, ladies and gentlemen. Messaged me yesterday. She's in the menu. Got to watch the menu. Great movie. I'm like, okay,
I'm shocked.
On my list.
It's top 5. It went top 5. It went right there. Maverick, RR. It went there. I jumped in. I'm like, whoa, this movie's good. I can rewatch it. And Mrs. Pops, I think, will watch it. And I think Mrs. Pops will like it, which is a badge. Like, you cannot believe how hard that is to get. That's a tough thing to get when she'll watch something.
Fat Steven says Tulsa King is godly. No, I love it. It's like it's like if Tony Soprano had gone to jail instead of becoming the boss. Be gone to jail for 25 years and then got out. This is kind of what it would be like. And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely agree with that assessment. It's the best. It's the best mob anything I've seen since the Sopranos went off the air.
I remember watching the first episode. Hey man, you gotta check this out. And then 2 and 3 kind of dipped slow on us. And I was like, they're not world building. And then the last 3 episodes, man, it's ramped. It's been great. Love Tulsa King. Having a great time watching that. Yeah. That review, I think, is tomorrow. I think I got caught up on episode 8 review tomorrow. Yeah, love Tulsa King. Yeah, did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing. It's the same folks, Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire people and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's great. Love it. Yeah.
Someone wants a penta before we leave.
Seems appropriate.
God, what was it that someone sent me a message the other day before we get out of here and said they were talking to somebody and it was like, oh, you know about this movie from like the 80s, you know about this movie from the 90s. They're sitting there talking about all these movies. They brought up Lord of the Rings and the person looked at him and was like, oh my God, have you seen Rings of Power? It is so great. Oh. And you're like, how can this person like all of this stuff and then all this old stuff and then watch something like Rings of Power and say it's great? I said, they're normies, man. It's a normie thing. You just gotta get past it. And it's not that you know, they're SJW hate mobs, because obviously they like all this old stuff and they're not calling it, you know, oh my God, it's so outdated and Estenphobed and Yahtzee. They don't know.
And there's some folks that just turn their brain off for entertainment purposes and they do not get into the inners of writing and contradictions and lore and things like that. I just saw one write an article about the master class writing that is Andor, and my head about popped off. Like, what the heck did you watch? Like, that wasn't the show I watched. So there's just someone out there, and like you said, there's different classes. It doesn't mean they're the crazy purple-haired weirdos. It just means some people are they just unplug. They're just into it for different reasons.
Yeah. So. No, absolutely. And Ryan pretty much gets it. Normies are still in the Matrix. SJWs are the agents. Yes.
Ooh, that is a great analogy, Roger. That should be a shirt. Yeah. That's a good analogy. Very good.
If normies are still in the Matrix, then SJWs are the agents. Yes.
That deserves a skull.
That's right. Thank you so much, Cardinal Sin, for your $2 super chat. Who says, thanks, Loki, for another great stream. Hell, Loki. Ryan Roger Athe, thank you so much for that comment. You got to make a t-shirt out of it. And Larry for his $1 super sticker. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to have a Fanta this morning. Skål! Fanta. Want a Fanta? Don't you want a Fanta? Nick Merriman wants a Fanta. Want a Fanta? Don't you want a Fanta? Fanta. Fanta. Good old.
I think somebody mentioned Alice in Borderland. Did you see that fly by? I don't know where it went, but did you watch Alice in Borderland?
Nope.
Yeah, I got my review on that dropping. I hated the ending. I would love to see what you think of Alice in Borderland. It's kind of like Squid Game. It's a different version of that type of stuff. Yeah, I have my video on that dropping, I think, tomorrow as well. Did not care for the way it ended in season 2. I would love to hear your thoughts on it too, but it's a show, so it's obviously more time commitment. And it's a time commitment with, I understand how that is.
I will put it on my list and get to it. I will. I've got a list. I've got just as much of that as I got going everywhere else. Yep. So list, and more lists. Thank you guys so very much for being here.
Yes,
thank you for sharing your morning with us. Thank you, Pops, for coming and guesting on this Thirsty Thursday. You guys keep the fires burning bright. And so do you, Pops. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Make sure you.
I want to say thanks to putting up with me, because there has been I have an emergency that's kind of popped up, so I had to kind of go off a couple of times to answer the phone and things like that. And he's just rolled with the punches. Sorry, he's over there. And brother, you just mean so much to me. I appreciate it. We talk about all the drama that's on YouTube and stuff like that, but I'm so glad that it's not here. And folks, we're just lucky to have Loki, and we're lucky to have each other. And just know that we should be about having fun and loving each other, man. This is so awesome. And appreciate you, man. Just appreciate you. I wanted to say it publicly. That's all.
Well, thank you, brother. It's been great getting to work with you and Ironcaster. Ironcaster is so great, guys, and Pops is so great. Guys, if you are not subscribed to Pops and Ironcaster, make sure you go over there, check out their channels. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Please take care. Be excellent. Always speak friend to enter. And we will catch you guys on the next Mornings of Mischief tomorrow. Don't forget, no 7 kinds of mischief tonight as the day goes out, but we will be back next week. Take care, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Are we good?
And hammer that notification bell.